Now, they probably going to try to cancel me for saying this, but I don't care. There's a lot of women out there who think that they're not wife material because a man has said, I want you, and described a woman just like you. But when it comes to actually being with you, he doesn't want to wife you, or he doesn't make the move to even get in a serious relationship with you. If you're that, the problem is not you. There are a lot of men who like the idea of you, but cannot handle the reality of you. There are a lot of men who will pray for and wait for and describe the type of woman that they want, but then whenever they get her, they're not ready for her. They cannot handle her. They like the parts that they thought would serve them, but they actually were not ready for that woman. A lot of men want a good woman until that woman requires them to step their game up and become a good man. Men don't like to admit this because we all macho. We got ego. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I want me a good woman. I'm ready for me a good woman. I'm ready for me a real woman. Okay, but when you get that real woman, she has real standards. She has real self-esteem. She got real expectations. She's going to be real, and she requires real reciprocity. So what is it that you're doing to actually match that woman? You see, a lot of people say, I want this, I want that. But when it comes to this or that, and that has its own requirements, now you upset. Now you culture shocked. You got what you wanted until you realize that what you wanted deserved better than what you are bringing to them, what you're bringing to them. Like, y'all help me make it make sense. Matter of fact, I want you to put I down in the chats right now. I'm looking right now. Put I down in the chat if you've ever been that woman, the woman that a man describes as wife material, but for some reason he's not bringing husband material. He is not evoking or inspiring husband qualities out of him. It's like he's even hesitating and reluctant to take steps forward towards actually making you his wife, but he describes you as the woman he should wife, or a woman he would wife, or a wife material. Put I down in the chat if you've ever been there. And all up and down, yeah, you the wife type, you the perfect type of woman, you the this, that, and the other. And they may even give you something, I don't know if I'm on your level, I don't know if I'm good enough for you. I don't know, you know what I'm saying? I don't know. Everything that they describe and say that they want, you know that you got. But for some reason, they're a little slow-footed when it comes to actually moving forward. They'll pray, oh God, send me a woman who is confident, independent, passionate, ambitious. And then she arrives and she's speaking her mind instead of trying to read yours. She's pursuing her own dreams alongside yours. She's expecting real partnership instead of hero worship. And now you backpedaling. The qualities that look so good on your wish list, they feel overwhelming when they're right there in your face. You wanted that woman's fire, but you couldn't handle her heat. You craved her strength, but you prefer her compliance. Tell the truth. Tell the truth. You wanted her authenticity until it stopped being convenient for you. The woman of your prayers arrived exactly as advertised. And now you discovering the uncomfortable truth that being worthy of what you ask for is harder than asking for it. Again, correct me if I'm wrong. A lot of men want, desire, fantasize, lust for, or infatuated with the idea of you, but they cannot handle the reality of you. Now, why am I saying this? I'm saying this because as a woman, you may be out here, you're overqualified, you're underwhelmed with the men that are coming across you. And you see these men and you're like, man, he's amazing, or he's good, or I can at least make this work. But those types of guys, for some reason, they aren't so quick to put a ring on it. They something is holding things up. For some reason, they get close and then they fall back. They get inconsistent. It just seems like something is always just blocking you with them. Here's the thing. They know them better than you do. They know their inadequacy. So before they reveal those inadequacies, they're going to go ahead and sabotage their way out of it so they don't have to admit or don't have to have those inadequacies acknowledged. Now, it looks like the problem is you. It looks like, oh, maybe you voiced your standards too early. Maybe you were a little too hard on them. Maybe you were a little too emotional. Maybe that time that you held them accountable, you could have done that soft. No. A lot of men will sabotage or stall out or choose somebody else because their ego can't handle what you bring into the table. A lot of men don't feel good in a relationship unless they feel like they're superior to the woman. Now, I'm one of those that believes there's something to that. Okay. There's something to that in the context that a man should want to be in a position where he can lead his woman forward. He can elevate her higher. And a lot of times that requires him to be more traveled, studied, more familiar with things. That's why a lot of times a man who is older is attracted to a woman that's younger. We don't get into the one when they got the 20-year age disparity. But in the general context, a man wants to be in a place where he can lead his woman, push her up or whatever. The broken masculine, however, will run from a woman who's already two sizes too big. He won't grow into that. He won't elevate. He won't step his game up if he's a broken masculine man. If he's a broken masculine man, he's either going to run or he's going to try to break her down to size. Stay with me. So when a man runs from you, it's actually better than him staying and saying, okay, cool, let me sit here and try to humble her. Let me try to bring her down a notch. Because ultimately, the masculine wants to be in a position of leadership with his woman. It's actually, I would say, even supposed to be that way. A man is supposed to be in a position of leadership with his woman, period. It's supposed to be leading, not just financially, but in compassion and leading in terms of sacrifice and who's going to go and check what that weird noise is downstairs. Like he's going to lead the way. Like that, the man is actually supposed to be a leader. But again, the broken masculine takes a malevolent route towards that. So he's either going to try to break you down or he's going to run to somebody who's lesser in his eyes. Now, why do I say the broken masculine? Because I don't want y'all to think this is a masculine man. I don't want y'all to think this is how men work. No, there's another group of men, the alpha men, alpha males who say, okay, one or two things is going to happen here. Either I am going to acknowledge that, I'm not where I need to be for this woman. So let me step my game up. If I want this woman, let me step my game up. Maybe she is ahead of me. Okay, let me invest a little bit more. Let me double down. Let me grow. Let me humble myself in the way that this woman right now is ahead of me. Be inspired by that and elevate that way. Or he's going to straight up tell you, hey, look, I have not prepared for a woman like you and I would only be wasting your time. That could also be an alpha male as well. He's letting you know straight up so that way you don't get hurt. You aren't the one thinking that something is wrong with you. He doesn't leave it blank. He doesn't leave that as a question mark. So now you sitting here having insecurities or what have. He's going to straight up tell you, hey, look, I would only be bringing you downhill. I would only be doing that. Now, I would say he's on the earlier end of his alpha male identity because an alpha male is really going to step to challenges. He likes challenges. The broken masculine or the really underdeveloped even alpha male is the one that says, I'm scared. I just can't handle it. But the true alpha male, even if you are more traveled, more educated, you're more emotionally intelligent, you are whatever the case may be. Maybe you got more money. I don't care what it is. The true alpha male, if he says, I want you in my life, I could see us being a great team, he's now going to evolve himself into an asset for your ascension. All right. I need to make that clear because I want to also make it clear the reason why, or at least how it expresses when a man cannot handle the woman that he swore up and down he wanted so badly. But it's important that we know that there are men out here who will not run and they will not try to humble you or bring you down. And you can only, as a growth-oriented woman, if you are cream of the crop as a woman, you can only make it work. You will only be equally yoked with that type of man, a true alpha male. And yes, you don't have to, if you're like, oh, where are they at? Where are they at? Where are these alpha males? How do I get to them? How do they get to me? I literally gave out the roadmap in my masterclass, Secrets to Attracting Alpha Males Only. Just comment the word secrets. I'll send it to you free of charge. But you have to know the strategies to position yourself for that level of man because they are not around every corner. They are not all over the place, but they do exist. And women who have used my strategies have positioned themselves for multiple alpha males so they could choose the one that was right for them. I did. Let me see. No, I didn't. I thought I put the comment down and I put the link down in the comments. I'm putting it now. But if you want to check out that masterclass, comment the word secrets. Here it is right there. Free, by the way. But back to what I was saying. It's a lot of dudes out here, they'll want your confidence until it also requires his security. A lot of dudes out here, they want a confident woman until it requires them to be secure. You see, her self-assurance is attractive until it stops being accommodating for you. I'm talking to the men here. Not the alpha males. I'm talking to the rest of y'all. Her self-assurance, her lack of need or void for your validation. Oh man, it's so attractive until it stops being accommodating. Her certainty about what she wants, about who she is, about what she will or will not stand for is so appealing until you realize it's not centered around your approval. She can appreciate your perspective. She can be receptive or even open-minded to how you might feel about things, but she doesn't really need your stamp or your sign off in order to do the things that she's going to do, in order to pursue the things that she's going to pursue, in order to take interest in the things that she takes interest in. It's nice, though, until you get to that part, and that requires you to be secure. Like a man can be drawn to your unshakable self-worth when it's making you stand out in the crowd. He can approach you first. The fact you carry yourself with this magnetic certainty. But when that same confidence means that you express your needs directly, you disagree with him, whether he likes it or not, respectfully, of course, or that you don't collapse whenever he withdraws his attention, all of a sudden now it's too much. Your confidence is too much. Your self-assurance is too much. Your self-esteem is too much. Ain't it funny how that works? But the issue is not that your confidence level is changing or is whatever. It's his discovery that genuine confidence doesn't necessarily come with this convenient dimmer switch for his comfort. He can't turn it down when it serves his ego or his pride. He can't make you do it. He can't gaslight you or manipulate you into saying, let me be the lesser confident version of myself in all the ways that he's wounded, insecure, not sure about himself, or not where he knows that he needs to be. Men love a confident woman until it requires them to be a secure man. Women love an independent woman until it includes independence from him. Stop me when I start lying. Her self-sufficiency is attractive until it means she does not need his rescuing. Oh, I love a woman that got her own money. Oh, yeah. I need her to have her own. Okay, cool. But now you need more than just your wallet as a leverage in that relationship. You actually need real character. You actually need to contribute. You actually need real value. She actually needs to see that month by month, her life is actually getting better. Her quality of life is at minimum consistent. Whereas before, maybe it was a bit volatile. Like you actually have to bring like real contribution to her life. And you can't just say, well, I pay the bills. You can't just do that. That's not going to work. Her autonomy is appealing until it applies to decisions about you. The fact that she thinks for herself, I love that. She thinks for herself. You know what I'm saying? She don't let nobody else control her thinking. Yeah, that includes you. Her ability to handle her own finances and make decisions without committee approval and build her own fulfilling life. That was exactly what separated her from all the needier chicks out there that made you feel so comfortable. Yet when that same independence means she also is willing to take solo trips and go on solo dates or maintain close friendships, or again, she doesn't collapse whenever you're absent and you ain't popped up and you ain't texting like you supposed to, it all of a sudden feels threatening to you. You want independence as a trait, but you don't like it so much as a practice. You don't like it so much as a practice that includes emotional sovereignty from your validation. You don't like that? Oh yeah, they gonna get mad, but it's okay because I can fight. They can't whoop me. But if you agree with what I'm saying, because I know a lot of times, what I'm saying goes over people's heads. So if you agree with what I'm saying, if what I'm saying right now makes sense to you, hit the share button because I'm sure you got like-minded people on your page, and we need as many as possible to be here to share this truth, because people love spreading the nonsense. That when a man says, oh, I want this kind of woman, his only problem from there is that they don't exist, that y'all just ain't nowhere to be found. The truth is, a lot of men say they want this, pray for this, et cetera, and they can't handle it when it comes their way. That's the truth. Again, I'll say the truth. Y'all ain't got to say, I'll say the truth. I'll be the one to take the arrows. I'll get canceled or talk to, I don't care. Just all you need to do is share. Just share the conversation with somebody. And then when you do, let me know in the comments that you shared so I can shout you out, so I can show you that love. Yeah. You admired that woman's ambition until it competed with your attention requirements. And I get it. In a relationship, you always need to make time and energy to pour into the relationship, so on and so forth. But a lot of men will say they want a woman who has her own and is after something and pursuant of some type of big goal. But then when it comes to the relationship and her whole world don't revolve around him, they got a problem. Whenever she needs to go take that meeting, when she needs to take that phone call, when she has to get to sleep at night and she can't stay up or get up at 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning, they get upset. She got stuff to do in the morning, just like you. You wanted a woman that was after something, right? Make up your mind. Her drive, it was attractive to you until it divided her focus from your needs. Her goal orientation was appealing until it created scheduling boundaries. You can't just pop up on her when you want to. You can't just stop her from everything that she's doing anytime that you snap your fingers. No. You liked her entrepreneurial spirit, her career commitment, her personal development focus. You know, you like those things. You like those qualities. They made her exceptionally appealing compared to other women that didn't have any clear direction in their life, but when those same qualities meant that she sometimes prioritizes deadlines over spontaneous plans, and she maintains boundaries around work time, or that she celebrates her achievements that you didn't facilitate, her ambition shifts from attractive traits in a relationship to an inconvenience all of a sudden. You want an ambition as a character attribute, but not really as a practical quality that occasionally competed with your preferences. See, I'm gonna call it out. I'm looking for Amy Powers. Thank you for sharing. I see you. Yeah, comment shared once you've shared this, because people don't like to hear the truth. If you bold enough to stand on this as a truth, like, hit the share button. Let me know you shared. Virtuous Candy, Kaylee, much love to y'all. You claim that you wanted that woman's honesty until it stopped flattering your perception, until it ruined your little facade, your little fantasy. Yeah, I'm going to call it out. Her authenticity is attractive until it contradicts your narrative. What you thought about you. What everybody else gassed you up to believe. Yeah. Her truthfulness, you loved that. It was so appealing until it challenged your self-image that wasn't founded on the truth. You loved how straightforward she was and her communication and, you know, the lack of game playing about her genuine self-expression when it meant easy relationship navigation, when it meant compliments, because you knew they were authentic. However, when that same honesty extended to expressing her hurt over something that you did, or identifying relationship problems, or naming behaviors that just didn't work for her, now, all of a sudden, that honesty transforms from a cherished value to a negativity or criticism, or you always got a problem with something. No, you wanted truthfulness as a concept, as a theory, not as a practice that included truths about your impact. And again, I'm not talking to all men. Alpha males understand everything that I'm saying. And as an alpha male, if you're listening to this right now, you already know that was part of what facilitated your growth. Being able to hear harsh truths, being receptive to what your woman might say that challenges your ego and what you thought about you. Because alpha males can be misled or, you know, have a misperception about themselves as well. But an alpha male can be accountable to that, takes it as a challenge to grow, not as some type of attack on his character. And as a woman, if you're the type to be straightforward and let a man know where he's missing the mark, where you need more of him, where he needs to back off a little bit. If you're the type of woman, you don't like to hold punches. You can be respectful, but you're respectfully going to speak your mind. If you're that type of woman, anything less than an alpha male is going to fold in your presence. And by fold, I mean run to a lesser woman or try to break you down. Try to break you down. So you would be best served skipping the dating pool that has piss in it, skipping the line, get out of the ghetto of the dating pool, and go straight to the VIP area where the alpha males are. And it's not by just looking cuter. You don't have to turn back time and get younger. You don't have to do any of that. You have to use the strategies to position yourself for an alpha male. And I literally gave those away in my masterclass, Secrets to Attracting Alpha Males Only. I made it plain and clear. Now, I put the link down here to it, by the way. If you have not gotten that yet, comment the word secrets. I'll send you a link so you can get it. The masterclass, the strategies to attracting alpha males. You don't have to keep dealing with these guys that don't get it. What guys don't get it? Who that said that? The guys that seek your emotional depth until it requires reciprocal vulnerability. You don't have to deal with those guys. Where your emotional intelligence is attractive until it expects him to match you in that capacity. Where your self-awareness is so appealing until it invites him to his own self-reflection in ways that he might need to step his game up. Like he loves your articulate feelings. He loves that you can connect so deeply. He loves that you can engage in meaningful conversations. He loves all of that. He didn't like the superficial connection, so he said. Yet, when that emotional depth created an expectation for his vulnerability, when it said, okay, look, now it warrants a requirement of genuine feelings being shared rather, rather than just, oh, you're such a great man and you can do no wrong. And when it goes in depth with how he can be a better man, even though he's trying his best, even though he has childhood trauma, he has all these things to work through and all these people that have done him wrong. When you go even deeper and you start noticing or identifying how he's gotten addicted to victimhood and these excuses that he's given himself, all of a sudden now, when you identify those attachment styles that are toxic and that are insecure and that are anxious, or he's withdrawing at the wrong times, or he's unavailable in certain ways, and now all of a sudden you're too intense. He wanted the emotional richness as something he could enjoy, but he didn't really want it as something he might need to develop within himself. Yeah, if you share this, just comment the word share. Let me see. Make sure I ain't missing nobody. Lorna, yeah, if you share this, if you one of those bold enough to share this, just comment share it, and I'll be shout you out. Best I can anyway. Men love when a woman has all of these values and standards and until they apply to his behavior. Your selectivity as a woman, it was so attractive, wasn't it? It was so attractive until he was the one that needed to consistently meet that standard. As a woman, your quality requirements, they were so appealing because it means this man ain't had you, those men can't get you, and all of that. Until it meant that you expected his continued growth. Ain't it funny how that works? Ain't it funny how that works? Men love your emotional intelligence that identifies relationship patterns rather than just, providing some emotional caretaking, but can they handle it? Men love your authentic communication that includes uncomfortable truths rather than just flattering affirmations, but can they handle it? They say it in theory. Oh, I want a woman to be real. Like, don't tell me something unless you really, really mean it. But can you handle that? They love your healthy boundaries that apply to relationship expectations rather than just filtering out who doesn't work and all that stuff until you're filtering out the lesser version of them they're trying to bring to you to be comfortable with. Ain't it funny how that works? Am I making sense to anybody? Put facts if I'm speaking facts right now. If I'm speaking facts, put facts down in the comments. I want to know if I'm making sense. I don't want to lose you. The moral of the story is this, though, man. Men pray for a woman like that, but they mishandle her because they're not ready for what they ask for. The man's not ready for what even he asked for. So before you even care about this man saying, oh, I want a good woman, are you ready for that? Are you ready? Or can you handle that? Have you prepared yourself to handle that? Is your ego ready for that? Is your healing ready for that? Is your maturity ready for that type of woman? You see, the issue isn't whether or not he wants this or wants that or him wanting the wrong things. The issue is in him failing to develop the capacity necessary to properly steward what he desires. That's the problem. The solution isn't finding less. It's in becoming more. Not expecting a woman to dim her light, but expanding his ability to stand in its full brightness. Again, only alpha males are really going to rise to the occasion. This is why I'm so high up on them. And maybe you're not, I don't know, but as a woman, it's up to you. But I'm going to say to any man right here, you at that crossroad, you got a woman, or you dating and you just feel like ain't no good women left. If that's you, think about that one girl that you prayed for, that you asked for, that you described, that you put on your vision board, that you said you wanted, that you like to post on social media about. Think about that woman. You wanted her fire, but you couldn't handle her heat. You craved her strength, but you preferred her compliance. You desired her authenticity until it challenged your comfort. The problem is not that she was too much. It was that you requested qualities you weren't prepared to properly handle. Keep it all the way real, bro. You were asking for a woman far beyond your current capacity, while hoping she wouldn't notice the gap. You want a woman so self-aware, with vision, but you didn't want her to see the real you. And then you ran. But again, the answer isn't in finding somebody who shines less brightly. It's in developing the ability to stand in a woman's full light without feeling diminished by it. Or even worse, trying to dim that light. Just so you don't feel lost in the shadow. Everybody ain't gonna get that though. But if you're one of those that do, if you agree that what I said is true, anything that I said was true, because I only want you to do the next step. If what I said was true, if you know it to be truth, hit the share button so you can bless somebody else the same way you just got blessed. If what I said was true now, show me. Vote right now by finding the little arrow down here, hitting that share button, so more of this truth can spread, because a lot of people got the game mixed up. I'm your internet big bro. You know I got your back. So hopefully this was of value to you. And if you want more value like this for free, like you want more but in depth on the topic of how to attract a true alpha male, I literally taught step by step every secret to attracting alpha males in my masterclass. Secrets to attracting alpha males only. I put the link down here at the bottom. You'll see it pinned. This link right here, click that, register. It'll get the link sent to you. Or just comment the word secrets and I'll send you a link so you can get access to the strategies, to the secrets to attracting your alpha male. Holla at your lady, y'all be good. Peace.